the power of delusional self-belief and how to cultivate it in your life. That is what I want to teach you today. I was born shy to wonderful but working class, middle class parents that had great work ethic, but really with no silver spoon in a small town in the UK where not many people ever get out from or escape from. They normally live very normal lives. And over the past 5 years, I've utterly changed my life to something beyond my wildest dreams, to the bikes, the cars, the countries that I've been to, the millions of dollars I've made online, the hundreds of YouTube videos when I was born as a shy kid that couldn't look people in the eye. How did all of this happen? How does anything happen? How is greatness achieved? It is achieved through delusional self-belief. And I want you to know that where I am now, when you see me in 10 years' time, you will think, holy fuck, he was right. So number one, madness equals greatness. I believe this wholeheartedly. Look at anybody you admire. At one point, they were seen as mad. They were seen as insane. There's no nobility in normality. You don't want to be the same as everyone else. Everyone that you admire is abstract. Everyone you admire is outside of the norm. But yet most people are so afraid of being outside of the norm when it is the thing that they desire. It's what they actually want. And delusional self-belief is not ignoring reality. It is choosing to act as if the outcome you want is inevitable before you have any proof that it will be. It is the ability to hold an unshakable conviction in an outcome that does not yet exist. And this is what matters. Before anything else, it's all you have. Believing that you can. The world does not reward the realistic. It rewards the relentless. There was times in our history, okay, that electricity was seen as magic. That having this on the screen, this motor vehicle, lighting, it was seen as magic. Completely impossible. Flight, human engineering. Every piece of technology that we have in this world was once seen as an impossibility. That is the same now. Everything you see as impossible now, impossible for your life, can happen. The world is too magical to not believe in your chances, to not believe in yourself. The odds are so heavily in your favor. I'm going to break down exactly why if you follow this, you cannot lose. But let's just think about it on a wider concept for a second. Infinite universe, okay? Very difficult concept to wrap your head around. Infinity goes on forever, which means there's another planet with us on doing exactly the same thing right now. If it's an infinite universe, that has to happen because every possibility could be tried again. That's a very strange thing to think about. Where did the universe come from? 13 billion years ago, there was nothing. What's nothing? And how did everything in an infinite universe explode out of nothing? The Big Bang. What's the Big Bang? Somebody named it. A human named it the Big Bang. How do they know about it? They don't. The fact that we're here is such an impossibility that in order to dominate in our very simple, psychological, capitalistic society is child's play. Of course it can be achieved. And I believe this contains only upside. Thinking in that way contains only upside. There are no positives to a negative mentality. The reason your mind is negative is to mitigate false risk or to let you down. If you're a negative person, it's because you've been let down, because you got your hopes up, you didn't achieve the thing, and you felt sad. And that's because of the meaning you assign to not getting what you want directly. Those with delusional self-belief do not view setbacks as a negative. They view them as the path to the inevitable positive. I believe every setback, everything that doesn't work, is just one step closer to me winning. The reason I believe that I will win, no matter how long it takes, is because of the law of the game. And the law of the game is 1% improvement every day, a very small and minute amount, but compounded over time by the laws of compounding. If you get 1% better daily for the next 10 years, 10 years is about how long it takes to master a skill. When I think of me being a movie director, I think in 10-year chunks. I think a decade from now, I'll be a film director making big movies. And that's because 1% better per day, compounded over 10 years, is 5.9 quadrillion times better. So the law of the game is essentially that the game is quite long. That's only 10 years. Ideally, you get 50. Or like a working life of 50 once you figure out what you want. But people are so short-sighted that they never commit to 1% better in any part of the game because they believe they can't get there. They believe it's impossible because it seems far away. But 5.9 quadrillion times better would seem very far away. But each day is going to pass anyway. You turn up and get 1% better, and it happens over time. It is inevitable. So I see the game in that way. I see in 10 years it is inevitable for me to win, and it is for you too. The law of the game is that you believe long enough and you work long enough, you will achieve it, no matter how unlikely it seems now. And that's why with delusional self-belief, the goal has to be magnificent. It has to be beautiful. It has to inspire that change over time. It's easier to win at the highest level than it is to be mediocre. Because to be mediocre, there's no motivation there. If your goal is, I'm going to make $100,000 a year, I'd really like that, to make $100,000 a year working a corporate job. Everybody wants that. There's so much competition for that, and it doesn't buy you a life of freedom. Whereas if you set your sights on, you know what, I'm going to try and make $100,000 a month, and I'm going to do it with my own business. There's less competition in that game, and you can achieve it. This brings me on to the law of vibration. A delusionally positive mindset returns benefits. You receive what you give out. Your world is crafted not by reality. Reality is crafted by your mind, by the meaning that you give to things. That's why I can view bad things as good. I can see negatives, what most people would perceive as game-ending negatives in their life, and see them as a mere lesson. Like there's not that much emotion attached to things in my life these days, and it wasn't always like this. This has been a learned skill. I know where I'm going. I'm delusionally sure I'm going to get there, so I'm not really that bothered. Oh, a bit of a setback. Oh, your YouTube's not doing very well. Oh, really? Okay. Well, it will soon, when a video does well. Like, what are you so worried about? You've got so long in the game. Just keep trying. Keep going forwards. There is no risk in the end. Like if you didn't do what you wanted to do this time and it didn't quite work out in business, in the new business idea, in the thing that you tried, in the video you made, just do it again. And again, 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 getting 1% better each time until you make it. And enjoy that process. Now, the warning, because I've met some people like this that I really wish they would achieve what they want in their lives, but it's not, that they're not doing the right things. You can be delusionally self-believing in yourself, but it must be accompanied by unrelenting action. Retire yourself to the action, the love, the obsession of the game. Believe that that is all you need. You retire yourself to the work. You give up control. You know that it will happen implicitly in your soul, and you go, okay, I don't know the timeline. That's in God's hands. All I will do is the work that makes it possible, and I will savor, and I shall enjoy that work on a daily basis, and I will love it, and I will enjoy every moment that I get to spend doing this thing. Every moment I get to spend feeling pain, going through something difficult, coming up with the solution to a problem. Life's this magnificent puzzle that you just should enjoy solving. And it's like, so many of us wish for the cheat code to life. We wish to end the game. We wish to complete it. We wish to have, like on GTA, we wish for a cheat code we can put in and have unlimited money. We've all done that on video games. What did it do to the game after a day? It made the game not fun anymore. It genuinely made the game unenjoyable because the whole journey was the point. The journey was the destination. The difficulty was the thing you enjoyed. Not knowing how to complete the game, building up your stats, all of those things. That was where the game got its life. And once it had everything and you were infinitely rich, you're bulletproof so the cops can't get you in GTA. Was it fun anymore? Was it fun after 5 minutes and you got that dopamine of being the best? No. It's the same with life. You're wishing for this end game. You're wishing to have everything you've ever wanted without realizing you would just rob yourself of the work that provides meaning to life and the entire importance of enjoying life. So don't wish away the action. Manifestation happens through belief plus frequency plus action. Believe it has happened already. See it in your mind's eye. Give out a positive frequency that anything you do is possible, and take unrelenting action. Now, the test that you can have right now to realize whether your delusional self-belief is actually helping you or harming you in your life is this question. If the belief is making you wake up earlier, train harder, take more risks, and absorb more rejection, it is a positive belief that is working for you. If you think, I'm going to be this one day, that's why I wake up, that's why I'm doing this thing, that's why I do the calls, that's why I do the business, that's why I make the videos, perfect. But if the belief is making you feel entitled to the outcome without earning it, it's become dangerous. If you wake up and think, I'm going to be a fucking champ one day, I don't have to do this work, you're owed nothing in this life. You are owed nothing. You have to go out there and get it. And what I'm trying to get you to realize, what I've realized, more recently than I'd care to admit, but what I've realized is that's where the fun is. I want you to realize that. The fun is in going and working for it. The fun is in going and getting it. That's the best part. It's overcoming the challenges. Healthy delusion says, I will figure it out no matter what over a long enough time frame. Dangerous delusion says, I shouldn't have to. I am already the boss. I'm the GOAT, blah, 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 when you're not. And very simple. That is the difference between arrogance and confidence. You have to be real with that. How do we build delusional self-belief? It is as simple as evidence stacking. You must track your wins on a daily basis and you must build them over time. So you must go, okay, I want to become a confident person. I want to believe anything is possible. You can't believe anything is possible if you've spent your entire life breaking promises to yourself. If you said, I'm going to do this run tomorrow, then you go, oh, you know what, I'm a bit lazy, I'm not going to do it. In your mind, you cannot possibly have delusional self-belief. You have zero self-belief because you don't do what you say you are going to do and you cannot trick the mind. So what you have to do is, it seems very, very simple. Before you even go for the big goals, you set incredibly small goals and you do what you say you're going to do. Every morning I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do a 30-minute walk. I'm going to do that for a month. I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm going to make 5 outreach DMs a day to network with new people. I'm going to actually do it. I'm going to make 1 piece of content every day on Instagram. And you tick them off. You try and tick off 3 a day. This is how you build confidence, because at the end of those 30 days, something will change in your mind if you do it. And you will go, I actually think you could do something now. You actually listened and you did something for 30 days. I actually think you could do something more. Now this just becomes addicting. If everything you say you do, and you just keep building this up, you genuinely believe there is nothing you couldn't achieve that you put your mind to, because you just have this catalogue of evidence of you doing it no matter what, all the time, no matter what day of the week, no matter how you feel. Now doing this, evidence stacking, you want to hack your brain for dopamine. I have an incredibly dopaminergic personality type. It means my mind is driven to complete tasks, challenges, to run after dopamine release. Now, that dopamine release can come from scrolling, it can come from video games, it can come from porn, it can come from sex, it can come from hanging out with friends, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, gambling. There's many, many, many things that release dopamine. And if you have a dopaminergic personality, you will label yourself as addictive. That's what I am. I say, fuck, I'm addictive personality. That's why I used to drink. That's why I used to love partying, could party better than anyone else. I was looking and searching for that high. It's incredibly important for everybody that wants to achieve something in their life, that the dopamine you receive comes from positive tasks. You cannot get dopamine from scrolling. You cannot get dopamine from fast food. You cannot let yourself get dopamine from alcohol. You cannot get it from weed. You need to cut all of those things out of your life, and you need to only get dopamine from completing tasks. Make your life boring, and the most interesting thing is the thing related to your goal. My life is tailored around these videos, my work, my runs, my gym. They're the only things that reward my behavior. After these videos, if I make them late at night, I cannot sleep because I get such a dopamine release from completing this task. That's how you want to wire your life. Now, if I went and played PlayStation, I do have a PlayStation, I don't play it though. Not at the moment, or since the start of this year. If I went and played PlayStation, it would override my dopamine sense. I would be fucking so high on dopamine. The next day, it would be almost impossible for me to sit down and do my work and concentrate. You have to have an understanding of your dopamine system and hack your brain to complete these tasks and stack your evidence. Then you have to shift your identity, and that will happen from these things. Once you become this person, your evidence stacking, you're hacking your brain for dopamine, you then have the identity shift and you decide to start acting like the person you want to be instead of the person you are, in the way that you dress. Like, it happens in the mind first. You'll feel like an imposter, that's fine. When I first moved to Thailand, I told people I'm a content creator, I'm a YouTuber. I'm telling you, I'm a film director and a fucking executive producer. That's what I am. Am I really in the world? Who's to say? Reality is in my mind, it's created by me. If I say it, then I am. You have to act that way. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you speak. I say to everybody now, I'm a film director. What do you direct? At the moment, I direct incredible YouTube videos once a week. I make cinematics. In the future, I'll be a Hollywood film director or an independent film producer. That's what I believe, and I'll start acting, I'll speak it into existence. And you will know, you will see this happen, and you can do it too. And then you have environment design. Now, you are going to have to do all of these, most likely before you change your environment. If you can change your environment, of course change it. The people you're around have a very strong impact on who you become. It's so important to be around the right people. The right people can change your fucking life forever. The wrong people can destroy it. It brings me on to this. You must protect your delusional self-belief from the people closest to you. And the way I would recommend you do this is don't fucking talk about it to those people. Sometimes when we release an idea to others, when we've just come out with it, before we've done any action towards it, we get a release of dopamine by talking about it because we imagine it as done. So you might go up to your mum and say, I'm going to be this person, I'm going to be this big entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. You're getting some dopamine telling them, they're going, oh, well done, yeah, that's good. And then you feel this slump and you don't go after the thing you want. That's because you already released the dopamine. Speak with the actions, okay? Especially with the people you love. Because there's nothing worse than going up to people you love and saying, I've got this great idea, I'm hyped about it, and then tearing it down and stealing that motivation from you. Get some skin in the game first. Get some points on the board. Keep it close to your chest. And the number one thing that separates delusion from destiny, delusional self-belief without a mission bigger than money will eventually collapse. Your delusional self-belief cannot be, I want to be a rich millionaire. As much as it's a great goal, and it's not a bad thing to have money, and you could do a lot with money. The reason it will collapse is because you will achieve it, and you will feel hopelessly lost at the top of that mountain with your money. And your dopamine system will revert to you chasing hedonism, to get the rush, to chase the goal-seeking activity. If you have a dopaminergic, addictive personality, you always need a goal. And so you have to create a mission that is bigger than money. And usually the mission that's bigger than money comes with money as a byproduct. And there you go. I believe in every single one of you. All you need to do is believe in yourself, and anything is possible. A lot of people say that's self-improvement, guru fucking nonsense. It is not. Look at anything that's been achieved by anyone that is magnificent. Pretty much everyone told them they couldn't do it. You can. You absolutely can get that into your mind and go after the thing you want. It will change your life forever. It's been fun. See you on the next one, boys. Whoop-a!